Hello, fashion people. So we're going to be looking at how to make this beautiful Godet skirt. It has a waistband and then a full flare. This has a slit in front, but the one I make will not have a slit. So this is the waistband. This is the waistband. I've already cut it and I've already added my paper gum stay to it, and I folded in half of an inches at the two edges. So the waistband is going to be the waist of your skirt. So the width of my waistband is 2 inches, as you can see, and the length is going to be the length, the circumference of your waist plus sewing plus allowance for adding your zipper, you get, plus a zipper allowance. So that's what I'm going to be using for a waistband. So this is it, and then I already gone ahead to cut out this is just going to be just like as we do our gathers. So it's going to be a long piece of material. I'm using 3 yards for this. You can make use of 3 yards, 3.5, 4, depending on how full you want it to be, depending on how big your client is as well. So I'm going to go ahead and double fold the edge. I'm going to sew it all the way to the other end. So this is just like this is a 3 yards material. I only took out the waistband from it, and that I'm going to use the remaining for a circle. Please have any question, do wait to drop in the comment section. I'll be there to attend to you. So now I'm going to go ahead to sew this lower part to the waistband, you get. So in doing your placement, make sure that the right piece of the fabric is facing the right piece of the waistband, you get. The right side are facing each other. And for me, I want the side I have my paper stay to be facing the right side. Like I want the right side to be where they have a paper stay. And then I'm going to go ahead to start sewing it down. So for hints, this material is big. Like I'm working with 3.5 yards or 3 yards, so it's big. So and the weight is pulling it down from my sewing table, if you can notice. So the hint there is that make sure you just gather the whole material, place it on your lap while seated. When seated, just place it on your lap, and then just to reduce the weight pulling down, and the material has weight, you get. So that's just the trick of working with this. And then you can also place some of the material at your desk to ease the pulling, like the weight from the material. And then I'm going to go ahead to give a start my stitches. First of all, I'm going to lock it down, and then I'm going to start my pleating. Just watch as because I'm going to pleat it. As you watch from the thumbnail, is full. You get, just want to have that fullness as well. The difference is that mine is not going to have a slit at the front, but you can add a slit to yours if you want. You get. So mine doesn't have a slit, so it's going to be a zipper at the end, at the back, at the center back. So I picked up a big plate, as you can see, and I went ahead to plait it again. So pick up a piece of fabric and then replace it again. Make sure that the ends are together, so that after sewing, they are joining this to the waistband at half of an inch. That after sewing, you will not have like the rough edge popping out at the front. So just be careful, make sure the edges are aligned, and then you sew it down by half of an inch. I hope you get how I pleated it, but I'm going to repeat it again till we get to the end. So just a big piece of fabric and pick it up, plait it and double fold it. That's just the word. And then we're going to continue our sewing. So watch carefully, see I'm plaiting it. So I picked up this piece of fabric, then I pulled it inside using my other finger. I pulled it inside and then I repleated it. So that's just it. I think the video is self-explanatory. Just pick it up, make sure that the edges are aligned so that after sewing you don't have the piece of fabric popping out at the front. That's why I'm making sure the edges are aligned. And then even when you're pleating, make sure the edges are still aligned. You get. You can see I place my scissors on top of the fabric because it's pulling. The weight is pulling it out of my sewing machine. So just you can get something to just hold it in place. It's just simple, just that the material is big, you get. But the design is something you can just run. So I'm going to continue plaiting it like this until we get to the end of our waistband. Remember, our waistband is the circumference of our waist plus the sewing allowance for our zipper. Or the zipper allowance. That's what we have. So we're going to continue plaiting this. Make sure that you're calculating your fabric as you're working, so that you will not have a shortage or an excess. Especially if you want to exhaust the whole piece of fabric you have. So make sure you're calculating it well as you continue your plates. And this is it for this tutorial. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and drop a comment in some comment section or any video you want me to do. Let me know in the comment section. So now we are done joining it, and now I'm going to check to know if we have our edges tucked in very well. As you can see, this side is popping out, so I'm going to loosen up that stitch and take it inside. So that's it. So just make sure that nothing is popping out. If you have any fabric popping out, the rough edge popping out in front, just as mine at this point, just loosen up your thread and pull it inside and go over the sewing. And also make sure that you sew this twice. This is the first stitch. Make sure you run a stitch over the whole pleat twice. Make sure you double stitch it, like you run your stitch twice, make it firm, and just pull it inside to see me do, and go ahead and stitch it. So if you're done doing that, the next thing is to cover up the rough edge using the other part of our band. So I'm just going to use it and flip it over. Use my pin to hold it down. Make sure you're pushing the rough side inside the band. You get, when you put the rough side inside, then you use your office pin and pin it down, hold it down, secure it very well. I want to do this to the end of the waistband, and then we're going to run our stitch to hold it down. So that is it. Now we are going to be stitching it down. As you sew, you take out your pins, and then make sure that it's placed very well, like you just align it very well, and then you continue to sew. That is it. So take out your pin, make sure that the tuckings are perfect, and then you stitch it down. So I'm going to running this all over to the end. So there I found out that my stitch didn't hold it down very well there, so I went back. So that is it. So that's just, you just want to take your time and do this. And then I'm going to loosen out this first stitch I did, because it didn't hold down the band to the piece of fabric there. You're just going to be careful while doing this and make sure everything is good. And we're going to be sewing it down now. So I'm going to go over and start sewing it down just as we were doing before. I found out that it wasn't good. So I'm going to sew this down to the other side. And our goddess skirt is almost ready. Remember to do your front slits if you're working with front slits. For mine, I'm not doing front slit. That's how I want it. There won't be front slits in mine. And so this is it. So the next thing, I went ahead to attach my invisible zipper. I have a video on how to attach an invisible zip, so I'll be placing that in the comment section as well as in the description box. This is our goddess skirts already and beautiful. So I'll be seeing you in the next class. Until then, remain fabulous. Bye bye.